Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a No Unique, our rapid fire No Unique Americas, sponsored by this one's Gamers Guild, and also we have Hero's Guide to Asgartha on today. And Chili is joining me, just no face cam today. You can say hi, Chili. Oh, 1 second. I'm just gonna make sure I have. Uh, there we go. You want to try speaking again?
Oh, right. It looks
There we
like
go. You're good now.
finally I am on. Fantastic.
Hmm.
So unfortunately, I am not at my home. I am in stuck in snow at the school. So
Oh
waiting
my
for my kids
gosh.
to come out of school. So it's a bit of fun. We do need some of this moisture. It is absolutely great to be there. One
Right.
thing that's happened though for our tournament is there is a double up. League Latam has also started a tournament at
Mm.
this time, and we are working together to see what is best for Altered going forward. What I am going to do though is I'm still working through Cedric to see if we can still get the uniques for the undefeated players. That is my hope, and I will make sure I reach out if they do become available. Given the hiccup with us and the team at Legal Time, they saw that we were on 2 weeks break and snatched that time slot for us. But we'll work out what is best for us as a collective community. I am not bitter. I'm not nothing like that. We'll
Yeah.
make sure that we can all support the right tournaments, and if it means we look to a different day that works for us as casters, then we may do that as well.
Perfect. Yeah, that's great. I was gonna go to I think table two today. I think table two or table three is good. I'll open up. I don't think I've seen Master Pell or Airlost play in a while, so I figured it's nice to watch some new faces, and they look pretty strong. So let's go to that table two here.
Excellent. And look at this. We are seeing a resurgence in
Mm-hmm.
in the festival builds, especially with the removal of a lot of the Bravos easy ramp and
Yep.
easy draw.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is a good thing. Like a lot of people, I heard a lot of people in commentary, or sorry, at least on the chat, saying they don't like that it's easy to get the festival out. For me, you can do something against festival. You can
Mm-hmm.
prepare by having enough removal. If you choose to not have enough removal, then you open yourself up to that potential loss, right?
Yeah.
It's just a deck making decision. Against ramp, you really didn't have an option. I love
Mm-hmm.
seeing how people are very creative with Rin right now. Rin can be played in festival builds, but also very strong in just sheer I guess, expedition progressions because of the card advantage that they can get.
Yeah, exactly. And I think also, yeah, Rin's really great here. They can draw cards. I'm also excited for Tarun with Festival decks. I think that'll be pretty interesting because you have so many more draw options with the, ability to let your opponent draw, but really with Festival, like being able to draw through your deck and accelerate getting to those important key pieces in Festival is really interesting. We see an Aja coming through. Excellent. Okay, that's fun. I'm excited to see this being played. That's so great.
Yes, and just one thing with Aja, when the new cards
Mhm.
do come out next week, Aja does not allow you to get that back. Is not considered a
Yes.
gift
I
to
really
run.
wish it was. I pulled a Aja
I know,
Unique
right?
the other day, and I'm like, "Oh, this is sweet, hell yeah!" But it did not. Yeah, it does not work out.
No,
Too bad.
if it did, it'd be
Oops.
fantastic.
Mhm.
Something to counter those Bravos annoying heroes.
Yeah, exactly. I think
So
so on your point about festival, I agree. I think there is counterplay and we're going to have to work through to find it. The one thing that I think people ooh, and there you go. See? Exactly. It gets removed by Requiem. That's kind of the now the Rin player has to find their next festival and pull that up. But what I was going to say was that uh with these festival decks, especially in Fen, I think that's the biggest problem is that Fen has a lot of ways to, and Lyra in general, have a lot of ways to make cards cheaper and do after use, where you say, like, there's a lot of really, really strong uniques out there that people are finding where they're one cost uniques that say, the next spell you play or the next card you play costs one less. And you can play out a couple of those, and then your opponent has to spend all their mana. And then, they have maybe 1 mana, 2 mana left. They can maybe do one removal, but as the Fen player, you might still have 5 or 6 mana left, and you can get a lot of your cards out. And so that's where it's really tricky to play against. But those uniques are really, really hard to find. They're far and few between. And again, there is ways to, play around it with sabotage or, permanent removal that we'll have to see coming forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing is, I would have thought, like you, that
Hmm.
Fen would be the most used festival deck because of that ability to discount cards.
Yeah.
But we're really seeing it more in Rin.
Really
And,
interesting.
and
Okay.
yeah, so nowadays a lot of decks in Rin have it, and that's basically like I remember many moons ago, Cole saying there's only one and a half good heroes in Muna. The half was the festival building, right?
Right.
With Tasia. But now we're seeing, I think a lot more people are playing Rin over Tasia, which is
Hmm.
very, very, very cool. But the meta is going to completely shift come set seven.
Yeah.
All the cards from set one, two, and three are going to go, and I'm wondering how much we're going to see people start testing more from Seeds of Unity, more
Hmm.
from uh, what is it, Skybound Odyssey,
Yeah.
and start to rely on those mechanisms for when set seven comes, because set one, two, and three no longer valid in standard play. They have told us there's going to be an eternal format, which I am excited for, but I'm
Hmm.
only excited for it if, and this is a big if they emphasize the ability of creating a banning and restriction list
Yeah.
specifically for that.
Right. Yeah. And I suspect they will. They might just keep them around. It might not be, I've seen in the past, they're not as held up to standards, so to
Mhm.
speak. But usually, if a card gets restricted, then they, um, keep that restriction for the entirety of Eternal, and then standard just has those eternal cards not restricted. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm excited also for that, but we do have to remember that that is at least 8 months, like 8 months
I know.
away, right? So it's always or 6 months away, so it's, we're gonna have to live with some difficult decks for a little while.
Yes, it is 8 months away.
Hmm.
But what we're seeing here, look, the second festival has already come out, but
Hmm.
not really looking to activate it. I think where Masterpel does have an advantage right now is, even if Airlost ends up going for this festival, they can 2-0 advance quite easily, given they have so much more card advantage than their
Yeah.
opponent. But it'll be interesting to see what they end up doing. Uh, I I'm personally am not really a fan of the sticky shroom. Now, this is where I was going to go before. This
Hmm.
deck seems very, very strong. Because they've got ramp, you knew that they were going to bring Hydrocaners. And that
Hmm.
just brings me back to one of the world qualifiers when the double or the triple Hydrocaner came out, and the opponent just had to laugh.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't play it on the other side. It just you would have ended up getting because you already have your spindle harvesters, now this Tasia is really limited to only playing on one side because they have that double anchored or double stick, the 2 cards sticking around. We also see Rin losing a lot of cards to reserve, which does feel bad, but oh, interesting. They keep her on Floral Tent. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't keep another option for anchored in their reserve with the sticky shroom, but I guess maybe they want to keep something around, or maybe they're trying to set up for one turn in the future, because really they just need to hold off on that right hand side if they think they can't get the festival win this turn. Floral Tent though also gets that resupply, so maybe that's what they're looking for. They're just like, let me play some cheap cards to be able to let the Tasia go first, and then finally get that Dusk win with Lyra Festival.
Absolutely. And I think the question that we have is, what's going to be the hardest thing for them to get? I think Anchor will be
Hmm.
easy. Fleeting is probably what's going to give them the hardest thing, that since they only have one card that can give fleeting right now. But
Yeah.
it does depend on what they're going to get from the floral tent as well.
Yeah, I think, and I'd be very surprised if they didn't play. Oh, I'm
Not playing
surprised
it
they didn't
first.
play Floral Tent first. Yeah, because
Yeah.
usually if the Tasia has any kind of sabotage, they're gonna play it right away to get rid of your creature. But they did not, so you're usually able to play with the Floral Tent. But maybe they needed the exact mana. We'll see. But yeah, they have fleeting on their spindle. Oh, I guess they have the Aerolith to resupply too, but.
Oh, that
And they have,
helps as
oh
well.
yeah, yeah, that is huge because now they have, oh, and the dodo, they
Oh,
have
they
it,
get the
right?
three. Put it up. Yep,
I
let's see
think
three
they're,
removal.
yeah, interesting. Yeah, they
Ratha's
play with the
also
harvesters with the 2 mana. Tasia doesn't have too much removal with 2 mana. They have they do have mana eruption that is also played in Bravos that Tasia has started to pick up in niche scenarios.
yeah.
There is
Requiem would be another one as well if they
yeah.
had Requiem, but it looks like they didn't. The GGs do come
Oh,
out. They're
mana
lost.
channeling, yeah.
Hmm.
Unfortunate for our Tasia player, but yeah, counting
Oh,
sheep gets that pretty easily. Lots of they have their fleeting, they have their sleep, and then they'll have to use the Muna Druid for anchored because one
no, they already
of
have
the
it
oh no,
covered.
that you're right, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and this is the reason why counting sheep is on the watch list right now.
Yes, yeah.
Um, I do believe the way Rin was playing it today is the right way of playing it, the way that you don't get the card banned. But when they do
Mm-hmm.
get banned, is they play it the day before. You've got two free bodies already on your
Yeah,
field.
exactly.
Um, but well done, Master Pell. I know there is a lot of players now starting to move into that Rin build. We'll see how long that lasts and what cards from Seeds of Unity are going to come and become meta relevant very quickly.
Yeah. I'm gonna hop on to table three that's still ongoing here with Argon and Leah Rising.
Argon, your a teammate of yours, right?
Yes, yeah, another Exalt. He has been also playing a lot of other card games, I think, in between, going in and out of Altered, but he always stays on top of the meta, knows kind of what's strong, and keeps his toes like in the pool, I guess. I'm mixing my idioms, but yeah, always in the tries to get into these tournaments and play when he can just to see what's up, and also just a very strong and smart player. Lee Rising I've seen throughout as well, but I forget I haven't seen them play in a while, but I think I've played them a lot or a couple times. So
Yeah, I didn't know that Argon was a Sigismar player. This is probably the first time I see him play for Sigismar. Maybe I just haven't seen him enough.
yeah, he flip
Um,
flops between he loves Kojo, Basira, and Sigismar. Like he plays
oh,
those
so
three
he's a
pretty.
meta player.
Yes, exactly. I think Bravos was always his first love, but with the changes to Tiny Jin and Sarengar, I think the Sigismar's deck was easier to not have to relearn, right? Yeah, and update and change. So probably just playing that when in this tournament, especially with in no unique formats, I find Sigismar can just be pretty consistent, right?
Absolutely, though the loss of the trooper in day one, the
Mm-hmm.
Audis recruit, sorry, is incredibly difficult. Like I found as a Sigismar player, if I can get that 2-1 progression on day one or
Mm-hmm.
a 2-0, it's usually a 2-1. It really makes it so easy to keep that tempo because they're playing on the back foot. They're trying to play recovery when all you have to do is just play to one single side, play away from your trooper, which means they split their cards going forward. They're never going to be as strong to be able to cover both sides. And I think it makes it very easy. Now, just
Yeah.
that single move, which I think is a genius move from
Mm-hmm.
Equinox's perspective, it was very
Yeah.
minor, but
Yeah.
very impactful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really being able to yeah, that turn one where Sigismar was basically either able to progress 2-0 or they could move 1-0 with very little resources spent. And I think that's a big thing is that turn two with Sigismar, they still had, they usually were up at least one card advantage. And then you just kind of snowball from there. So very cool to see. Yeah, I agree. I think that was an excellent change for just like tapping down Sigismar just a little bit. I think we're still going to see quite a bit of it in play, but it's really nice here. Oh, interesting. The Foundry mechanic going away
Wow, look
for
at this.
the monolith. Very nice.
Now the question is, do they have a 3 cost card in hand?
Yes.
License withdrawal.
Mm-hmm.
License withdrawal is probably the only thing that people in at least Sigismar play that could be a permanent removal. Very fascinated. Looks like they may still have it,
Mm-hmm.
although I think they would have played it out first if they did. Um, and now
Yeah.
Thaddeus is definitely going to get the chance. Not Thaddeus, Argon. You are
Argon. Yeah.
Thaddeus.
Yes. Yeah. There we go.
Argon.
They're all mixed up
Argon
today. Yeah.
is going to get a chance to
Mm-hmm.
really uh, make up this. I think by bringing that out, if there's no removal, he's
Hmm.
absolutely got this in the bag.
Yeah, yeah, I love this tech. Very, very interesting. From Argon, very like, yeah, trying out landmarks. I'm a little bit surprised because I think that landmarks are being like they can still be targeted now that people are playing Festival a bit more. We're going to see a bit more removal come out. But you're just kind of saying to your opponent, "Do you have it?" Like otherwise, this really runs away quickly and will be really powerful next turn. They're going to get the Ordis Recruit on one side and Ordis Recruit on the other. Starting your day with 2/2/2s is just so powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, and this loss of tempo by basically going down two progressions really means nothing
Yeah.
from the perspective of what we've got. Although there are going to have something be um, basically how would I call it, exhausted through the Jack Frost. Unless they can Jack Frost themselves, I don't know what what Argon's deck is like. Now, one of the things that I used, I actually played, although I wanted to use Monolith, I used the tough one that allowed me to get a progression.
Oh, interesting.
And I think that card now has a lot more gameplay, given you can get mana seeds to reduce the 6 cost to potentially 4 much earlier.
Right. Yes. I forget
And
what
what
that's called. Yeah, yeah. But I know the landmark you mean. Yeah, the 6 mana.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now I can't remember. I used to play it. It was one of my favorite cards, and I'll
Hmm.
remember it as we progress right now.
Yeah.
But both very different builds. I look at Leah Rising's build, and I'm like, this is what very standard, very much ascended focus, very similar to what I have.
Hmm.
Although I don't use Jack Frost myself, I
Mm,
go
okay.
for much more on the ascended side. But
Right. Okay.
then you got to the other side that has got some level of permanence, but also focusing on ascend as well. So I love seeing differences in the way people want to build their decks.
Yep. So there is still one card in hand from Argon, but just apparently not 2 mana. They're gonna make Leah play a card out. They need to play at least one more. I think actually Leah just has it with the Trooper, right? Yeah, +1 boost,
Yep.
so they can get at least one side. Argon is at the moment at least going to get 2. No, okay, he forces out the Ordis Trooper there, the 1 extra mana. I'm surprised that Leo is able to play, I guess, just so much on this side. But because Argon did play that Templar out first to one side, Leo was able to take advantage of that and play to the other. But I think without that Jack Frost now, Argon's in a pretty good position. It looks like they didn't mana last turn though. So now they have to figure out, is that something they need to do here or not? Leah, this is one of those rare times where seeing what your opponent does is really important, right? So if Argon sees that Leah does not put something in mana, then maybe he needs to hold on just to have a little bit more card advantage. But also the way that the stats are lining up right here, it's really nice for Argon because he has that big push in Mountain on the left-hand side. Oh, and a Spy. Excellent. Okay, very nice Sabotage here. That'll help out so much, yeah.
Yeah, and having the ability, I believe they'll be able to play out all 3 cards. And what we're probably seeing from Leah is, yes, they are going to bring it out as a scout so they can get a few more bodies in. But I think this is almost a desperation play now from Leah. Argon looks like they are going to get the double progression. Now, I may be speaking too soon. The other thing of mindful is it's very interesting to see that Argon is very efficient on his time usage, whereas Leah is a minute and a half
Oh,
under.
yeah, that's
Argon
true. I didn't
still
even
has
notice that.
just so like when you know your deck, and maybe he's played this a lot more. Leah traditionally uses other heroes, Lyra normally.
Oh,
If I
okay.
can
Yes, I
recall,
think so, yeah.
I don't think I've seen them
Say
on
it's more.
Sigismar before. But we've got a lot of people joining us on this
Oh
card.
no!
You can sleep it. Sleep it.
Yeah,
Oh.
this
Now, let's.
final sleep.
But what is the 1 cost card? What is the 1 cost card? Wow.
So it is it is a progression on both sides for Argon with that play, right? So it's
Yes.
still gonna it might go to final. So Argon here, if they can beat it, great, but getting 3 stats in Mountain for 1 is pretty hard. I don't think that there's anything in their hand they can do here. This is a really hard spot for Leah to be in though, right? Just because next turn there's going to be that Gargoyle there, a lot of stats on board.
If they had the Orders Trooper, they would have been able to match and win because they
Oh
were
yes,
ascended.
yeah.
No, they
R-
weren't ascended, but they would have gone one progression
yes, right.
to zero, so 2 to 1.
Hmm, hmm.
Now this is actually incredibly hard for Leah to come back from. No cards in hand. They will be able to keep both cards they draw,
Yep.
but we already have a 2-4-1, sorry, 3-4-1 to begin with. Very, very difficult, and we're getting the additional boost. You're seeing the benefit of taking that day off for the
Hmm.
monolith, even though you lost, and you're getting the additional Orders recruit coming from the Order spy when played from reserve.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I think that's more of a Gulrang play than I would see in Sigismar very
Hmm.
often,
Yep.
but definitely makes sense with the build that includes the monolith.
Yep.
I
Okay,
think
and
he's getting
yes,
ready for
makes sense.
Mets.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, just seeing how landmarks play out, seeing how they feel. I think the hard part with Mets though is you have to figure because you want to play landmarks that are 2 up each time. Okay, teamwork training does. I don't think that doesn't. Nah, it does not do it. But
No,
with Mets, you aren't gonna play the 5 mana because usually you want to do 2, then 4, then 6 to be able to play things out. And I'm curious if those 5 mana cards are gonna be worth it or not. But Argon
that's
taking
right.
the wick here. Yeah.
Congratulations. I don't know if there's a one cost one that you'd prefer. Now, I do think
Mm-hmm.
what it allows people to start doing is getting the sabotage one out because you can trade
Right.
it up to double sabotage pretty easily
Yeah. Yeah.
at 2 cost.
Very cool.
I love the new heroes. As you said though, Tarun to me is the one that's looking like the strongest.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. It felt the best. For me, it felt the best in the demo decks, but I think that Mats has some very interesting potential, and like in high level play, giving your opponents resources can be so devastating that you really have to be careful with Tarun, where it's, if you're giving a Faunus more card draw, or you're giving Fen more card draw or resupply, like they can really catapult themselves ahead in the game. So we'll take a look here. We can continue to watch. If we want to, maybe we'll try at least one matchup we haven't seen yet. So maybe Shrimp versus Pharmax, table 3 again.
Good.
And then we can
Let's do
go
it.
back to maybe watch the finals or the top contenders after in our third round. Oh, error loading the game.
Absolutely.
Board Game Arena, don't crap out on us now. There we go. Okay,
Yeah,
I got it.
mine's taking a little bit longer to load on my end. It looks like there it is,
Mhm.
and we've got Tasia against Kojo. Were you happy with the announcements that were made regarding the banning and suspensions, the
Um,
erratas?
so I think Equinox did a good job overall. The main thing for me is I think um, yeah, Tiny Jin was just so efficient that it just makes sense. It was in every deck. It's just so powerful of a card for Kojo, and it's even good out of reserve. Like sometimes you want to, like I think originally when people were playing that card, a lot of people would boost it immediately, but then we started to realize, you don't always want to do that. You want the card advantage, and I think just because of how efficient Tiny Jin was, it makes sense that it's gone. I am I am a coach. I am a Bravos player though in general, so I'm still sad it's gone. But I think that needed to happen. It was just too powerful. And Sarengar, I'm a little bit less. Uh, you know, yeah, I think it made sense. It just was such efficient draw, but yeah, I'm not sure if it was maybe necessary to actually suspend it. Like maybe just tamping down on the cost or the maybe getting out rid of that 3 for a just 2 in grass might have even been enough to kind of kill it. Because really that 3 cost or 2 for 3 in a stat is just so good as well. But yeah.
Yeah, and look at this interesting. Shrimp has basically
Mhm.
made the daughter of Yggdrasil be a 7/7/5 and angered.
Huge. Yeah.
Huge already there. And the question will be, is there a removal from Farmax? There is the 2 cost one they could use. It looks like there is not, so it's a 1/1 regression.
Yep.
And we are seeing can Shrimp come back because they are
Hmm.
one expedition behind right now. I think they absolutely can when they put the effort into the companion side. The only thing is that we are also facing the Buddha.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now,
and
I actually
mhm.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's for Bokojo and Buddha really hard to remove this, just because you either have to use a mana eruption, which is just killer early on, especially without tiny gins anymore. Like if you play that at 5 mana, you're just kind of throwing the game. But if you and then Duel of Grit's the other option, but you need a 3 mana card to be able to play with it. And Kojo doesn't play a ton of 3 mana cards. It's usually Basira, and also that would take up your whole play. So tough here. I think Shrimp is probably going to get the 2-0, but we'll see. Against Buddha, it's difficult though.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Farmax does, I guess in this case, Shrimp may be able to catch up the progressions. They do still have a 1 cost, so they can make an Expedition Ascend and get the bonus, the +1, if depending on what is available. Looks like, you know what? You can make them waste another card from hand by playing it out. That's the question of whether you've got, especially as you've got a card that's anchored. You don't mind giving it additional boost there as on your turn.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah.
Forcing the extra card, but there's plenty of cards in Farmax's hands right now. I with the Serengar question that I raised, I actually think we were seeing people move away from Serengar already by playing the Spotter as their
Yes.
card draw common. So not really helping them in that case. But I think Bravos should be bad at something, and it used to be card draw. It is no
Yeah.
longer the case.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. That makes a lot of sense, right? Yeah, you can't give a deck that is good at ramp and good at aggro, also good at card draw. Like that just is recipe for disaster for sure. So I don't necessarily disagree with it, but as a Bravos player, I'm a little bit sad. But as a general purpose person, I understand. I think it makes sense, and it's probably good for the health of the game to get rid of it. Yeah.
To be honest, I think the card that made the most sense in getting errated outside of probably Sigismar's reduction, right? And I think they could have gone further, but I'm happy with what they did.
Yeah.
Was the Axiom landmark.
Oh, yes.
Cost. What was that? It's the
restocking station.
Restocking station. It was such a cheap card with an after you effect that allowed it to consistently give you card advantage, and of course, Traced absolutely predator in terms of how it was using it there. But at the same time, that card made some of the lower performing heroes much more relevant. And what I mean by that, I honestly just mean, what's his name? Subash.
Yes.
Subash was able to use that because it allowed them to have some level of card draw, even though it was replaying the same card that they didn't have access to before because of their loss. One thing that Equinox hasn't done that I hope they end up doing afterwards, and to be honest, I love the use of Suha in this deck.
Just calling this out. I'm sorry, but look, it's an alt art. That's great. I'm so glad they finally added these into the board game arena. Now you can actually play with your alt art cards. So nice to see. I'm just sorry. I'm so excited about that. I love seeing your nice arts. Right? Yeah.
Look at that Farmax flexing by showing he had won his Tumult.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, very cool.
Champion.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just was excited about that. It was great. Yeah.
Absolutely not a problem at all. But I love seeing Suha as well. I think Suha is a great card if you're trying to play a little bit of, I guess, removal.
Yeah, and I think playing this rare Duel of Grit now, like when you see the. Honestly, with Tiny Jin gone, there's so many more rare slots. Like, Bravos basically played with only 12 rare slots because every deck played Tiny Jin. And so I think it's much more interesting now that you can play a few more interesting rares, and I think Duel of Grit is definitely a good one here that you can play a little bit more aggressively, so that's cool. We also seen Icebound Taiga come out. I have not seen this card be played very much, but it's so, I think the sacrifice for dragons are really cool, but they always felt to me like win more cards. And that's very tricky, or you have to like balance them well. Like you have to find a good turn to have them come out on, where you really need to, change the game. But otherwise your opponent can just say, oh, you're going to win anyways. Let me just play a landmark, or let me do some removal even on it. It's hard to play these cards, but if we can see it come out, I'm really excited to see it. Yeah.
Me too. I don't think I've seen it be played since I was playing pre-release.
Yeah.
Like I've you know what? I've not seen it in decks. For whatever reason, right?
Yeah. Does this count? This counts. Nice. They get the double advance from that dragon. Wow. See, there we go. It just came out perfectly. Yeah.
And fantastic the way it's been used as well to be able to counter the Eris in this case, so
Mm-hmm.
they don't get the chance to do the double. Eris is such a risky card. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you draw a one, are you willing to? I think the gain far outweighs the loss, but if you get the loss, it hurts so much.
Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah, it's really interesting to see this played because usually, yeah, what they just did there, they hold it for Buddha turns where they're pretty sure they can win on that side and then try to win. And it's really, yeah, it's really interesting. I think the uniques are just almost, if you're going to play an Eris deck, you almost have to play the uniques just because of that one. It is just so risky and so scary if you end up having to not if you don't move at all. Yeah.
Mhm. And look at here, getting another anchor
Oh.
out on the Dragon Shade. Though this was a little
And
bit,
the floral
oh,
tent. Perfect. Yeah,
very
beauty.
smart. So it will not go away regardless of what is available.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Oh,
D
opting
Dodo
to
comes here.
play on both sides?
Yeah, I'm surprised here too. This is a trap that I fall into all the time where I'm like, oh, I have to win both. Or like, let me put on things on both sides. But really, you should almost, if you're up in this position, you should just play on one side. Don't even worry about it. If they're gonna 2-0 you, like they're gonna 2-0 you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So you might as well try to just win one side and keep going. But yeah, this is
Yeah,
interesting.
it feels like that's almost a wasted card because
Hmm.
there's no point playing on that side. They've already won.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, it looks like they've just got so much power here, though. Shroom really, really showing Farmax giving the GGs up, um, noting that they cannot progress.
Yep. Cool to see that Icebound Taiga working out here. I think it will also be interesting in like yeah, I think it'll be cool in other decks if we can see it a little bit more landmarks coming out, maybe a bit more slower play. So awesome.
Yes, absolutely. That does take us to the end of that game. Is there who is the next player that we want to go get a chance to see?
Yeah, I'm just taking a look at the tables here. We haven't seen. Let's go to table 5 with Palish versus Fired Mon, I think is what they are. Um, Fire Demon. Okay, it's hard to read Leet speak, every once in a while. We got 2 souls, a soul mirror. Okay.
Thank you. Which table would this one be?
This is table 5, I believe.
Perfect. Let's have a look here.
There we go. Yep, I see
Now,
you on the right side
have you
table.
played against any of these players in the past before?
Not these two. Maybe Polish sounds familiar, but I am unsure. Fire Demon, I do not remember. I think I remember that one. So, 2 new players. That's exciting. It's always good to have new people on stream. Oh, I just saw some chat. I haven't been paying attention to the chat enough. We've been having a nice conversation, but someone said, "Hi, we can't." The mana. Oh, you can't see the mana? Ah, yes, thank you. I'm a little bit off to the side. Let me fix that for you. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate that. Sorry, I'm not able to watch the stream given I don't have enough screens in front of me.
Yes,
Um,
yeah, tricky. I had it
now,
just a little bit held up, but we're good.
Now, one thing that we just as a reminder that we were getting to the 32. We had that going, and then Legal Attempt brought their tournament out. It shows that some people wanted to play a standard game rather than the NUC one today. So we will still be asking for the uniques. Let's see if we get them. I cannot guarantee it. It is up to Equinox and Cedric. I also understand that given the numbers came down substantially, basically losing 10 to 12 players at the very
Mm-hmm.
last 10, 15 minutes. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I
Mm-hmm.
do hope we can get something, and we'll figure out what to do with the tournament going forward. Again, the goal is to support. My personal goal is to make sure that we, as a collective, support one tournament a day,
Mm-hmm.
whatever that may be for our time zones. Um, so we will figure that out as well. I love the whole framework that Sol brought to us, though. The
Mm-hmm.
ability of changing the mindset of playing last to trying to play first and finish first, it messes with your opponent's strategy so much.
Yep, exactly.
Now,
Yeah, I
when
think
it's a
it's
mirror match, I don't know what happens here though.
yeah, they're both trying to rush out cards as fast as possible because they both want their soul or Halua to pop out. And it does look like Palish is a little bit more ahead on that front. But, an Eris coming out after the Halua has already spawned. So the Eris comes out, gets the double advance, and
Yeah,
I
they
guess that's
did.
just GG.
Yeah.
Just the
Wow.
hmm
Smart play.
excellent.
Fire Demon, I believe, down below gets the win.
Yes. Only 115 elo, so they don't play too much. This might be a new account. I wonder if every once in a while I'm suspicious of people playing in our tournaments. I'm like, I don't know who. I'm like, I feel like I've seen this profile picture before. Who are you? Are you someone else that I should know? Is this another Runefolk alt
Oh
account
yeah.
that's playing here? Yeah.
My whole thing is, I thought Equinox did the whole. You can only have one BGA account linked at it. So how do you do that? Like you switch them back and forth?
Yeah, I think you send
Um,
some cards over to a different BGA account, basically.
okay, you.
Yeah,
I know you have to send cards. I wish you could actually do that and send the whole deck, so you don't have to
yeah.
send it in multiple ways. That does take us. I think we've still got a couple more games. Do we still going for round two?
Oh, yep.
Um,
Let me go and find one. Yeah, that was just over so quick. I'll go to the next one here. Stirk for table 6.
all right, we're going to see Erlost again. This
Mm-hmm.
time against. Well, I don't know this
Lindway.
person.
Yeah, Stirk. I don't know
Yes,
either. Yeah.
yes. Okay. The the one thing for me as we're watching this game
Mm-hmm.
that I felt saddened um, when they announced that we're going to have set rotation.
Yeah.
Uh, and the set rotation actually is everything: all
Mm-hmm.
characters, all heroes, all uniques, all rarities.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Was that it feels that there's a number of characters that had been underserved in the first 5 sets will
Right.
never get the chance to shine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
Oh,
for me, it's almost a cop out. Lovely, lovely card.
that
Wow, Blizzard,
Blizzard. Oof.
Blizzard, fantastic.
I would be grinning with joy for that one. That's a nice play.
Yeah.
And I think the Lindway player, yeah, they can.
Yep, they can get the maw.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, instead they just Chrysalis and then don't Maw. I think that they could have paid one to get Maw, and then oh no, because then they would have a defender and not move forward. So never mind. But
Hmm.
yeah. I was thinking they didn't have to sacrifice their Chrysalis, but they did have to in order to allow that to progress. But yeah, I agree with you. It is too bad that some of those heroes are not going to be able to see the glory days, so to speak, for their own decks. There is, I think, some problems when you have set rotation like that, like Sierra, for example. I remember a long time ago in a dev blog where they said they have to be really careful with 3 mana permanence in Axiom, right? They can't be too powerful because as soon as they are, then Sierra just becomes absolutely busted. And so you notice a lot in Skybound Odyssey, all the reefs and stuff like that that came out. So I'm trying like the 2 mana removal one. I think it's I forget what that's a different
Yeah,
Aerolith
that
Reef
yeah,
and
Aerolith Reef.
yeah. And then there's a few others that are like 2 mana cards when they're rare, but 3 mana commons, but the commons just aren't played or aren't good enough
Yeah.
because Sierra exists. And so I think that's just why set rotation has to happen, just to see some new interesting strategies come to light. But I do think Lindway was just not quite given the was always on the cusp of being good enough, but never quite there. Yeah, which is too
It's funny
bad.
we're saying this and they're winning this game. They're playing
Yeah.
fantastically here.
Yes.
But
Yes.
one thing that they haven't ruled out
Mm-hmm.
is that these cards, these heroes, can
Yes.
come back.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, and that's where I think is really cool. If they look at it from a perspective of 2 cycles or two three set
Mm-hmm.
pieces, they can basically say what can we play with these 2 sets, and then it will be 2 different sets for the next season, like 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, that
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff. And I think they can make the game really great in that way when they're
Mm-hmm.
only limiting it to 6 sets worth of value and worth of interaction.
Yep.
But you'll always have to remember because it's a 2 year cycle that a card can that a set or a cycle can be in. It's interacting with one set of dynamics and then it's interacting with a different set of dynamics the year after. And if that's the way they choose to do this and they tell us and they promote it, I think you're going to have less fear and less frustration with the community. In that,
Mm-hmm.
hey, these heroes may come back, but at a later point in time, and they will have a different dynamics. But by removing Kojo and Sigismar, they're really making every hero have to jump through some level of hurdle to make
Hmm.
their stuff work, and I
Yeah.
think that will help. Now, my question is, how many heroes are we going to get in set 6?
Yeah,
Because I
that's a
think
question.
I think we need to have more. You cannot right now. We've only got 9 heroes for set 4 and 5. That's not
Yeah.
enough. That's two in one faction, one in the other. I think
Hmm.
they have to get to the point where there is 3 and 3.
Yeah, three felt like the right amount for sure. I would be surprised if they don't get up to that. Maybe they'll reprint some heroes just to fill in those gaps, but
Hmm.
we will see shortly. I think you're right that we probably will see some more heroes on the horizon, and I think Seeds of Corruption has.
Nice.
Uh,
It looks so brilliant.
sorry, Roots of Corruption. Yeah, I'm really excited for that, and I think they have already teased some heroes in that. And they've shown the heroes that are coming out there. But I think there's a lot of opportunity, like things get corrupted. Like there's that storyline there of what's going to happen next and where are these things growing or going to, or and I think that corruption idea is always very fun. Like imagine a corrupted Sigismar later down the line would be very cool, like as a future set. I'm going to go to table 7 just to kind of finish this off, but the next games will be starting shortly. But yeah,
Fantastic.
I'm really excited for that. Oh, look, another dragon shade on this from Zero EL. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
OEL.
Hmm.
Nice.
But
Love it. I
but
love new dynamics.
hmm.
And as we're
Yeah.
talking about Sierra with, I've never seen Sierra play out the Anansi.
Yeah, it's very surprising. Like this almost feels like a singleton deck.
Yeah.
Like they have two frozen river processors, so I know it's not. But like, and they have two icebound hollows, so it's have they gotten two dragons over their time? That's wild. That's awesome. This is such an interesting deck. There's so many cool things going on. We've got
Yeah.
Puff's Challenge. Where's
Yeah.
that played?
Uh, oh, it looks like somebody is playing a demo deck hero. Um, I guess you can select demo decks because they don't
Hmm.
have uniques in it.
Yeah.
Um, but only I would assume only the hero would be legal because you could select that from the front screen of any of the tournaments.
Right.
Because there are no uniques. Interesting. It's the only thing that is legal right now. Although you can build your decks. That's I actually love that they allow us to have the deck builder beforehand, so we can
Yes.
start testing, um, and basically testing in terms of what cards do we want to have. So on day one, we'll be able to play that. I know there's going to be a lot of activity on the marketplace on day one, given so many people play online.
Hmm.
That this will be good for Equinox. He'll be and then you'll just have the extras. I wonder if there's going to be more expensive. They're going to be much more expensive on the day one if you choose to buy,
I
because the
think
supply I don't think will be there.
Yeah, I suspect it will be. You might be able to pick up a few cards here and there that people aren't sure of the value and are just trying to unload. But yeah, I think this set's going to be a little bit more pricey to buy online, and so making sure you got a few boosters and stuff like that. There'll also be cool chase cards though, so we'll see like the new alt arts and everything, which will be really exciting to see. I'm super hyped for those and the collector
Yeah.
boosters and stuff. So we'll see how
Now,
those do in the market too.
yeah. Are you getting some? How many? Are you?
Yes,
Are you?
I have
Nice.
quite a few box. I have, I think, I think I have 4 boxes and 8 collector boosters. So,
Nice.
yes.
I think for me personally, like
Hmm.
I ended up buying two of the big cases.
Okay.
What's that? That's the one that like cost $2,000 or $3,000
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
for our commu for our
Oh, for
for
your
our
community. Oh
community.
yeah, 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 yes,
For the
yes.
community and also for our team as
Hmm.
well. But
Nice,
I'm keeping 6 boxes myself because
nice.
I need 6 boxes to get a playset.
Yeah.
Now, could I have traded? Yes, but
Hmm.
I thought I'll just get this myself, get it, and you know what? Hope for the best. Hope hope
Yeah.
for the best for us. We are on to round 3. Which table are we looking? I think we do need to see the first one, which is Fire Demon against MLD. They are
Yeah.
yet to start their game, though.
Yeah. We'll take a second
Um,
here and wait for them to get started because yeah, I would like to watch them as well. It should be fun to see what they're up to.
and just one thing for this season, given that the stores are not getting additional product,
Hmm.
They have not been able to confirm yet what they'll be able to provide. We will be able to go back and make sure that those players that go undefeated get something. I've got to figure out what that is. I will make sure I reach out to you. The stores just haven't confirmed what they can give us,
Yep.
just because there's no more promo packs.
Yeah, that is
So,
strange. Still waiting to be played.
yeah.
Hopefully they
While we're waiting, shall we go to table 2 just for a
yeah,
couple of
let's
minutes while we
yeah,
wait?
that sounds great. Yeah, yeah, let's do it. Oh right, this is
Fantastic.
the Icebound Taiga deck, right?
And it's out again.
And a Tiny Jin. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
Wow.
we've got rammed. So I
Mm-hmm.
wonder if they're going to be able to get out their Hydrotainer yet again.
Right.
And this is like every time I see the like Icebound Tiger to me is like this is not Rin.
It is just when you
uh
play a character in grass, though. I did think at first it was winning an expedition, but it's just playing a character. So if you have, like, theoretically, if you have 3 low-cost units, you can get this off on turn 2 because both of your expeditions are going to be in grass. You could play them both sides. But I think what you want to do is usually, like, set up a turn where you can play 2, like 1 on each side, that activate this and get this to 2 counters, and then on that third, like the turn after, you're able to play and get a really big that dragon, and also play out some of your cards, just yeah, really nicely. So
wow, Amy Lerma adding another ramp already
yeah.
2 ahead here. Really not caring about going behind or the potential to go behind, because they are going to have some big characters that
And
come
another
out.
ramp. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, what are we? This is wild. I've never seen. Okay, maybe we'll have to stay here. We'll go to the other table in a little bit. But this is so cool. I want to see them get their
Well, once again, I
big
think both
deck out.
players are undefeated anyway, so both
Oh,
of the
okay,
two
great.
are we're looking at. So
Very
wow,
nice.
jeez,
Yeah,
7 against 4.
this is Shrimp is saying that this is like you're pretending to be at Saudi like right now is pretty funny. Yeah.
Oh, the
Um,
cards. They've got to have an Aja.
Yes, they've got to have Aja, sustenance. They might have the card that puts something on the top, like no, is Geyser? Geyser isn't in this, but yeah, Ajas and Jins. I don't know if there's
Where
too
where
much other
where is
ramp.
Geyser? Is the other Geyser in? Who else has Geyser? I know Orders
Yeah.
does because I use it in my
Oh,
Goran
it's
build.
it the standard. It's in the common is in Bravos.
In Bravos, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
of course it is.
Yes,
Ramp,
yes,
ramp, of course.
yeah.
Oh,
It's also interesting that the uh sorry, I got distracted. I got pinged on something. We're good though. But yeah, I think it's interesting that Muna and Bravos did kind of get a lot of the ramp, and then they split a little bit more of the ramp up between the other factions, just a little bit, just to kind of give them options. Like Swiftjin was given to Axiom, and so was Smoldering Jin, and then like you said, Ordis has the Geyser, which is just kind of unplayable. But yeah, and then Izmir was
oh no,
given.
hold on.
Yeah.
I use Geyser to basically bring back my 1 cost. What is it called? What's the one that gives me a 2/2/2 recruit in
Oh, interesting. Yeah, the
in uh the
uh
rare one allows you to basically lose defender, but I only use it in the common. So what I do is I play that from reserve, then
mhm.
bring that back, and I've ramped, and I've got an extra cost, an extra 1 cost that gives me another 2/2/2. Um,
Oh,
that's what I end up
yeah, I'm trying
using
to
it for.
remember that card name. But yeah, that's a really cool idea. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Ooh, they have the alt art. Yeah, let's go. The
Oh,
Misubi Hydrocena. That's great.
isn't this great?
Yeah.
Like this has been so much fun to watch because
Hmm.
we're getting to see cards we don't traditionally see.
Yeah, it's great.
Did you win any of your tumults or any of the faction championships?
Yes, I did. I do have. I did win my tumults in my local card shop. There aren't a lot of competitive players there, so don't. I'm not too much of on a high horse from that one. I think I beat just like a few other players at my local store. So it wasn't
Uh,
a big one, but
w- w-
still was good.
which tumult?
The I won the um uh sorry,
Whispers?
whispers. Yes, whispers.
Oh, you got the best.
Yeah.
That's the best man.
Yeah, it is
That
gorgeous. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Th-
I was lucky to win that as well. So I won. I went to two tournaments for set one,
Right.
and I was lucky enough to win both of those. It was good.
Wow.
We had 10 and 16 players, I think, in the
Jeez,
two games.
nice. Crazy.
And then the second one, I won. I won one, and then I lost the other one in the final.
Oh, okay.
I think it was a
That
final
was
or semis. They didn't have the mat.
what?
They
That's the
had
I was
set one mat.
the Suniva mat or the like that's what it's
So
called, right? Yeah.
basically, I ended up getting three Sinisa mats
Oh my gosh.
and no hunger. But then another store, they got their product super late and they
Okay.
traded me for it because they're like,
Oh,
I
that's
heard you
nice.
won it. Here's the one that you win. So I ended
Nice.
up getting it. And then I won what we called the Tumultant Championship,
Okay.
the Tumult that wasn't.
Ah,
So
yes. Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes.
ended up winning that one, and it is so Nick created the mat, and the
Mm-hmm.
mat is of what's the one that has the sheep and they're sleeping? They're like it's not the one that's
Counting
just got
sheep?
banned. There's another card.
Oh, there's a
There's another
different one.
card.
Oh.
It's like a dark blue on it as well. Beautiful looking mat. One day I'll
Oh,
show you.
bait
So that's
maybe.
gonna be
Bait maybe, yeah.
yes, it's bait. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the mat that I won. And I'm
Nice.
hoping I really want to win this other mat because it's an Ordis mat.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be
But we'll
beautiful.
see.
Yep.
It's gonna be hard. There's lots of competition. We've got some strong players.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how did you do in the World Championship?
So you or the winter
Qualify.
qualifier? Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
qualifier, I think I went 2 and 4 in the end, and then dropped it to the seventh. Unfortunately, I didn't do
Two
super well.
hydrocaners.
Yeah,
Two hydrocaners are out.
this is tough. I don't know what Artesia Shroomf is gonna do against this. They do have a beauty sleep, but now that beauty sleep is costing 5 to play for reserve. So they're going to have to do something to remove these guys. But there's calories. That's awesome. These are just going to be impossible to remove. Only the hunger can save them now. But no hunger and Mina. Um,
Oh, you're so right.
yeah.
Um,
Their stats are okay,
wow.
but they're just
Imagine
even now
that.
on 0 mana. Yeah.
Sheesh.
What a cool build. I like this a lot. Yeah, if you just don't have the removal for the Hydrocanas, it's real hard to play against.
Yeah,
I,
it almost brings me back to the way Taja was built at the beginning of set
mhm.
one, where it
Yes.
was all about bringing your Hydrocana out. You're discounting things through the Bountiful Meadow, but not now. Now, basically, like there's nothing that can be done.
Hmm.
Um, you know what? Can they still win? Can Strumpf go 1-1-1? Oh,
Yeah, they might be able to just keep getting one at a time, but oh, okay.
oh,
No, no, no. It's pretty lost here. I think they still can, I mean they're still progressing on the right here. They might be able to hold them off from moving forward, but without any kind of removal, those Hydrocanas are just going to get too large too quickly, and it'll be over for sure. I don't unless he's playing he must be waiting for some kind of removal in their deck. But it's really hard to target those Hydrocanas as soon as they get any kind of tough on them. So,
oh my goodness!
oh, and it's gigantic
Wow,
too.
and
Wow, yeah.
two are
Shroomp is
geez
having a
Louise.
tough
And
time.
yeah, I think you never really prepare for this kind of build.
Yes.
Like it's just it's we can call it a meme deck, but it's not really.
Mm-hmm.
It is a sound way of building the deck,
Yep.
but has been completely shut down because of the prevalence of the hunger. Like
Yeah.
this deck means like you do a lot of build and then all of a sudden one single card removes everything you've done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep. Yeah, that does
now,
make it very tricky. And I think also where like Perma Anchor Tasia also becomes pretty tricky. There are cards that let you get rid of these things. If you're playing Lindway, you can have each player sacrifices a creature. The
mhm.
Anubis card is helpful. There's also hypothermia in Gulrang also very helpful, or is also very good into this matchup, because yeah, if you can get around that tough blizzard, things that don't target things, like there is removal here that helps against this in this situation. And if you do remove the Hydrocana, playing it again 7 for basically 4/4/4 in stats, really difficult to come back from. But I think they got them out fast enough that it's just hard to do anything against. Yeah.
Well, absolutely. When you're able to ramp 3 times in 2 days,
Yes.
it was literally a charity.
Yes, yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, very perfect draws off the bat,
Yeah.
and cool deck. I'm really excited to see it.
Fantastic.
The other thing with these Hydrocanas, I don't know if you saw how much of the Winter Qualifier you saw, since we were talking about using an entire Beauty Sleep to sleep one of these. Oh, I see. They get rid of the Leshy. But Elwiwi and was playing their Hydrocana deck. So Elwiwi is a very famous, for anyone who doesn't know, like Fen player. But they have like a Hydrocana that draws every day, I think, which is really crazy. And then another one that like gets boosts, but also either draws or like or returns to hand or something. It's just, anyways, it's very surprising to see them come out, especially with the discounts that Fen has. But yeah, Anna Lerma winning there, and that's our game.
Congratulations to them. I will have to go in a couple of minutes as the kiddo is about to come out. But I think let's have a look to see. Oh, it looks like did it end up getting played? MLD against.
Oh yeah. Fire Demon unfortunately did not end up playing. That's too bad. But MLD taking the win. I think actually I can't even watch MLD because I think they've banned me. Yeah. I don't remember why, or some players just ban each other because they don't want to play against them, or it's because you don't want them spectating their matches. But yeah, anyways, it was strange. So, but we'll go down to watch Leah Rising versus Table 3. And if you have to go, that's totally fine. I can finish off.
I will go. Just in my closing remarks as I go, though, I am. When the banning of Celebration Day came out,
oh my god, I was crying and like tears of joy. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, I complain about that deck a lot.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I just remember the conversation about when you were playing Get Rune, and this joy came out. Hostage is dead.
Yeah.
Or as and they don't call it hostage. Equinox called it something else. They called
prison,
it
I think, yeah, or something.
prison,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But appreciate it. Well done, everybody. I will be contacting the team in terms of what we're going to do with this tournament. Even if it isn't one we do every week, we may be doing it once in a while as a fun tournament to bring the NUC back. But I will be discussing with the team over at Altered Latam, so League Latam, in terms of making sure we support the one single one. Everyone that has gone undefeated, though, will get some level of prize support from me. I will be getting that. I haven't got that from the stores yet, but I'll make sure you get it. I hope this is not the end, but we do have our tournament tomorrow. That is your standard tournament, same time, 1 hour, 3 rounds, and we expect to get the 32 there so we can get the 10 uniques out. So support us on that. That would be fantastic. And I think you'll be playing as well, Thaddeus, correct?
Yes, I will be playing tomorrow, unless something goes chaotically wrong. But yeah, I'm excited to play, and that's always a fun. I like the hour-long format, so I'm sad to see this one possibly go away. But it's nice to have that shorter format for people who don't just don't have the time to play 3 or 4 hours during your evening straight. But yeah, thank you all for joining, and thank you, Chili, for joining us here. Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, I do want you to let people know about what you're doing on your channel.
Oh yes,
that would be great to hear.
Yeah, I've been trying to put out a few more videos. I'm going to be starting to try to do a bit more competitive content and ladder games, as I think that's something that's a bit missing from the community right now, at least in English formats. So I've been streaming some tournaments. I'll probably, I might not stream tomorrow because I know we have our cast as well in NA anyways. But I'll be streaming other tournaments that are often on the weekends or in French, and as well as putting out some new content. So yeah, come and check me out on my channel.
And I'm looking forward to casting you. Hopefully, we have better luck watching you this time than last time.
Yes, definitely. I'll pay a bit more attention. But yeah, have a great night, Shelly. Thank you so much.
See you, mate. Bye.
Bye. Excellent. Well, we'll finish up here watching Leah Rising versus Clem. Just taking stock here, we are seeing a Tarun coming out, one of the starter deck heroes. I am surprised we're letting I think we just let them go through these new starter heroes, so it's fun to see them come into play. It's obviously this must just be the standard starter deck that comes along, so it's interesting to see and that it's actually doing pretty well. Really nice to see different and unique strategies coming out for new heroes. Also, the Sigismar, huge overload of their reserve. Really unfortunate here that they picked up like Gift of Self on this last day, because if they were to be able to play this instead of moving forward, they could get some more draw. But I think they have to keep a couple unique or a couple characters. They do, of course, keep the Sandman for that correct mountain versus water expedition, but the Frog is unfortunately tough because on one side they don't have any, they wouldn't give them any stats, but they'd be blocking, and on the other side they would not be providing any stats as well. So deciding to throw that away, keep the Ortis Trooper around, and with 9 mana you likely don't see the Sigismar discard anything from hand, but Clem has so much cards in hand. Like, this is going to be the power of Turun, is just being able to get card advantage where, you know, you have played those cards like Kitsune or Daughter of Yggdrasil, letting both players draw a card, but now you're drawing 2, and getting that, like, getting 1 extra draw up on your opponent is huge, and it is all about that card advantage. Like, you want to have more cards than your opponent. It's tricky, though, because in these situations, like against Sigismar or against Traced, even against Fen, where they have a lot of cards that have, you know, either discounts in Fen or really low to the ground cards like Ortis Trooper, etc., you end up giving them the ammunition to outstat you. And so that's, you know, something that I think we're going to have to balance and see what comes out here with Tarun. But I think the benefit here, and this is what my expectation, is that Tarun's going to be a really good festival deck, which is scary because we are already seeing a resurgence of festival, and I think Tarun's going to make it even more powerful as we're seeing Rin come out with a few different things. So Tarun, only 3 mana left though, and so does our Sigismar player, and they're already losing both sides. So Tarun needs a way to win on both sides and get, or at least like they need to win on one of these sides to keep up. They could just get, they only need 3 more in water, and they're ascended, so they only need 2 more in water to win the right hand side, and to win the left hand side here they only need they do need 2 more in mountain. They're really looking for, I guess, 3 in forest and 2 in mountain. Beauty Sleep does come out. What are they going to target? They target the Ortis Recruit, which is really interesting. Yeah, I guess that's the most stats on this side. You end up being above them by 2 in mountain, so they are going to be pretty good here. Tiny Jail, though, does appear, and they have to decide which side do they want to play on. Deciding to get rid of the little mouse, probably good play, because I guess getting rid of any fleeting character is always nice in these situations. And it also did have that 3 and 2 stat as well. Meanwhile, the Gargoyle has 3 and 3, but you still end up winning on this side. Does the Tarun have a 2 mana play that wins? 2 stats over on this side, just barely not enough to win out against on this side. So they're going to go 2 for 1 and make it into the arena. Would the Kitsune have beaten this side, though? Oh, no, 0 stats in forest. That's so unfortunate for our Tarun player. But even getting this far against a pretty standard Sigismar deck with a new hero, one of the starter decks, is excellent to see. That's really fun, and I'm excited to see it here. So throwing away the Beauty Sleep, I'm not sure if this is correct. Like, you want that removal against any kind of big Sigismar threats. However, in Sigismar right now, oh, sorry if I blocked you. That's why you couldn't spectate me. I don't know why. Didn't you? There must have been a misclick. Oh, okay. 3 wins playing only a single game. Oh no, MLD. I'm sorry. Hopefully, I mean, getting 3 wins is nice. You still get your rewards, you still get your prizing. But yes, unfortunately, a couple people do drop out of this tournament occasionally. I'm surprised because it's so short. But it is, people lose, or I guess if they're winning, you should be playing against them. So I'm surprised Fired even left at all. But yeah, this is, and that's okay that you blocked you, don't worry. I'm sure maybe I flamed you at some point, and if I did, I'm sorry. Maybe you were playing my arch nemesis hostage deck, and I just couldn't deal with it, so maybe it was me on my end. But yeah, I'm glad we're all good. Oh, the end of tournament has arisen. Unfortunately, Leah was out of time, and that win does go to Clem with the Tarun deck. That's awesome. Good to see. Cool to see Tarun doing well. Very fun there. And so we do, in the end, have everyone here. Annie Lerma, Clem, MLD, Shrimpf, and Argon. Just the 3. Sorry, MLD, Clem, and Annie Lerma, all going 3-0. Please reach out to Chili, or he will reach out to you about uniques. We didn't quite hit that threshold for the number of players, but because we had a few drop in that last little bit of time, we might be able to work that out. But regardless, we'll get some promo packs for you. So reach out to Chili if you have any questions, and also don't forget to reach out if you need the link for the Adventure Pass. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Once again, we are on the Hero's Guide to Asgartha channel, which puts out lots of really cool content by Nick and Chili. We've got the Gamers Guild Arizona, which sponsors this tournament. And myself, Thaddeus, you can catch me in the Discords. I'm also on Twitch at Thaddeus_, and I'm also posting some YouTube videos. So feel free to reach out, and if there's anything you're looking for, maybe we'll add some content for you. Thank you so much for watching. These were some fantastic games, and we will catch you all next time. Bye.